Desire is the quiet thread that binds two souls. But what happens when that thread begins to fray? When touch becomes scarce, and silence fills the spaces where intimacy once thrived, a deeper story unfolds, one of longing, rejection, and the unspoken truths that shape our most vulnerable connections. Being in a relationship where intimacy feels scarce might seem like a frivolous, almost humorous complaint, akin to grumbling about a lack of tennis or yoga sessions as a couple. Yet, the absence of physical connection is far from trivial. It is an achingly serious issue, one that could very well spell the downfall of the relationship itself. A telling statistic stands out. In an average year within OECD countries, 70% of those initiating divorce cite a lack of intimacy as their primary or secondary reason for parting. If there's one universal observation about couples, it's that an absence of sexual closeness, defined here as fewer than 4 encounters per month, is an alarm that demands attention. Why is sex such a cornerstone of emotional intimacy? Because it represents the most profound form of acceptance between two people. In the act of sex, the ostensibly awkward, vulnerable, and unconventional parts of ourselves, our secret fantasies and unique desires, are not merely tolerated but embraced. Through this connection, we find solace, affirmation, and a reprieve from loneliness. A reluctance or inability to engage in this level of intimacy often signals a deeper discomfort, the inability to fully be oneself in the other's presence. The pain of unfulfilled longing is further compounded by how it typically manifests. The partner yearning for connection may only gesture timidly, a hesitant touch, a quiet plea for reciprocation. Rarely do they calmly articulate their feelings or deliver a confident, heartfelt appeal for understanding. Instead, disappointment often festers, transforming into passive-aggressive behaviors, slammed dishes, sharp words, and seemingly unrelated disputes. Arguments about in-laws or kitchen clutter are often proxies for deeper discontent, and the one denied intimacy risks becoming a caricature of frustration, further diminishing the prospect of closeness. Eventually, this emotional stalemate can lead to infidelity, not out of a lack of love, but as an escape from the unbearable weight of rejection. The affair becomes less about desire and more about reclaiming a sense of validation lost in the primary relationship. Discussing a lack of intimacy feels profoundly vulnerable. To be unwanted sexually cuts to the core of our fears about being unworthy. While rejection stings in casual dating, it's infinitely more painful when it occurs within the supposed safety of a committed partnership. The rejected partner may question their own value, spiraling into self-doubt and humiliation. Reconciliation begins with tempering the raw feelings of rejection and self-disgust to consider what might be driving the other partner's withdrawal. Here lies a pivotal truth. In principle, everyone desires intimacy. When it's absent, it's because an underlying condition for it has not been fulfilled or communicated. The partner resisting intimacy might privately think, "I could want sex if only you were more attentive to my concerns about family, if you gave me time to focus on work, or if you showed more kindness at home." Alternatively, they might harbor more personal or unspoken desires. "I'd be more eager if we explored certain fantasies, if there were more kissing, or if you embraced a more playful or daring approach." The difficulty lies in that such reasons are often unspoken or shared in moments charged with frustration, making them harder to address constructively. One recommended practice, though seemingly artificial, is for each partner to write a letter titled "What I Want from Sex." This allows for raw honesty about one's desires and unmet needs, creating a foundation for open dialogue. Taking these revelations seriously, with patience and good faith, is essential. Sexual incompatibility is inevitable to some degree, but the key is not to let it escalate into a secondary wall of resentment and guilt. Through careful negotiation and compromise, both partners can find ways to align their desires in a way that fosters connection rather than division. Every time such an honest conversation unfolds in the quiet of the night, it's as if the angels of love and partnership pause to celebrate. For in those moments, a couple improves their odds of enduring, fortified by understanding and rekindled affection. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe, and see you next time.